What's up, y'all? It's your boy AJ, and this is AJ Reacts 2, and I got another film review for y'all. Today we're going to be talking about Marriage Story. This film stars Adam Driver.
I could show you the ways of the Force.
And Scarlett Johansson, aka Black Widow.
Black Widow, baby!
And we're just going to talk about this film a little bit. My thoughts, things I liked, things I didn't like so much. So, let's get into it. Let's go. A Netflix film, but it was released in the theaters as well. I mean, I guess select theaters, but you know, I think Netflix has been doing that recently. They had that with the Breaking Bad movie El Camino, and they had that with The Irishman and things like that. So I think it's kind of cool. They actually did it with Bird Box too, so I think it's kind of cool. So Marriage Story, let's start with the story. Okay, Marriage Story is about this couple that they were together for many years. They have a son, and Adam Driver's character is a director of theater, and Scarlett Johansson acted in that theater, and she was pretty much his star. She started feeling like there were more things out there for her. She starred in a movie years ago, and she wanted more for her life. He didn't seem to see her for what she was. He was very self-absorbed and things like that. Okay, so in saying that, they want to separate, they want a divorce. So the whole movie is about this divorce. And going into this film, I did not know that. And it was really weird watching it because I was like, I thought, like, okay, I see the posters. I was like, okay, they're a happy family. Of course, they're probably going to have fights or whatever. It's marriage. So, you know, that's what I was thinking. But really, this film is about a divorce, not really even a marriage. So the title is kind of misleading, but it is going back through their life together and kind of like, you know, putting the pieces together one by one. Things that they loved about each other, things they hated about each other. And both of these people are like truly broken. I feel like they have broken backgrounds. It just wasn't the type of movie I was expecting when I started watching it. And it's very drawn out. It's a 2-hour film. And not saying it was bad, it just was different than what I expected. Let's move on to the characters. Now, I know that these characters had, you know, issues, but there's like really no redeeming factors in these characters. As the story progressed, I really was expecting there to be like character development from each of the characters, the main characters, and it just really wasn't. They were just like kind of fighting the whole film. And they didn't really, there was no really hope in this film for those characters. Definitely not for their relationship, but for the characters individually too. I would expect there to be more character development. Moving on to the acting. Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson, they crushed this film with their acting. It was phenomenal. The acting was so good. But for me, honestly, the story took away from that. The way that they didn't really have any redeeming factors took away from their acting. And I hate to say that, but when you watch a film, you want to enjoy it as a whole. So when there's missing parts, it's kind of out of balance, you know? The cinematography was really good. It was, it kind of felt like an indie film. It kind of felt like an independent film, like, you know, the way the camera angles were and the way that they had it set up and things like that. It kind of felt a little artsy and kind of like an indie movie. So I really could appreciate that. But the thing about indie movies for me, I have to be in the mood for them, and I wasn't expecting that with this film at all. I didn't know what to expect because I hadn't seen any trailers, but I did see like people posting about it, people saying, oh, this movie is great, it's really emotional. And honestly, I didn't get emotional from it because when really the only thing that gets me emotional in films is when, you know, there are redeeming factors, redeeming, you know, characteristics for the characters. And what I mean by redeeming is like, is everything gonna be okay? Like, I wasn't sure of that, you know, towards the end of the movie. Throughout the whole movie, I didn't know. But towards the end of the movie, I definitely didn't feel like everything was gonna be okay. At the end, they had a scene, at the very last scene, they had a scene where they kind of hinted at everything's gonna be okay, but it wasn't enough for me. My score for A Marriage Story is gonna be 6.5 out of 10. Just didn't hit me like I wanted it to. I really wanted to enjoy this film. I enjoyed both of these actors, and it just did not. It didn't stroke the heartstrings like I wanted to. It didn't hit like I wanted it to. Let me know what you thought about this film. Maybe you loved it. Let me know why. I really want to know. Maybe you hated it. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to hit that like button. Smash that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.